Hey everyone, this is Emily from Hate to Wait. I wanted to apologize for not being able to release episodes of Hate to Wait on a more regular basis. As you can imagine, this year, 2020, has brought a lot of changes, including more demands outside of Hate to Wait for both John and me. However, and this may be the most mundane spoiler you've ever heard, we also realized that we were both maintaining our weight fairly easily and not making much progress or even slipping off the wagon as much. We realized we didn't have much to share for a while. So we decided to take a break from recording the live shows every week. Don't worry, we'll be checking in live in the Hate to Wait discussion group on Facebook at least once a month because we do enjoy hanging out with those who come to watch us, and John and I simply like hanging out with each other. In the meantime, we'll be trying our best to catch up on the episodes we've recorded but not yet released. We appreciate all your patience while we try to catch up. And if you're looking for more of us, there are replays of about 10 episodes that haven't been released to podcast players yet, which can be found in the Hate to Wait discussion group over on Facebook. This includes our catch-up session we had this past Thursday, November 26th, which was Thanksgiving here in the U.S. John and I thank you so much for your patience, and thank you for your emails, messages, DMs, and voicemails about the show. It means so much to us, and please know that we support you right back. Now let's go into the show, which, by the way, was recorded in July, so just a heads up when we start talking about picnics. Welcome to Hate to Wait, where two lifelong dieters talk about their current struggles with weight loss. Diets, we've tried them all. We are not doctors, we don't play them on TV or on this podcast. Join our journey because we're all in this together. Hi, John. How are you?
Hey, Emily. Oh, in my haste of getting everything together, I forgot, we always have a background. If you're not in our Facebook group and you don't watch us live, I always have a background in the video that when we record this show live in our Facebook group, hatetowait.com/Facebook. I always have a background, has the number of the episode and Hate to Wait and our logos on it. And I forgot to put it up today, so I'll just give me a second here. Let's get this done.
What? Oh my goodness.
Guess who sent us a background for the show?
Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
Right?
Teresa, you are something.
I know. Teresa in our group sent us, she's an amazing artist, and she sent a snake. And if you look at this, we've both been eaten by the snake. We're inside the snake.
My goodness. This is too funny. I love this.
I know. So wait,
there's more?
There's more. But wait, there is more. I can't believe there's more, but there is more. Give me 1 second because I should have had this set. I did have it set up, but I want to show you something. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Now. All right, I'm back to here. So let me share my screen. See that?
Uh-huh.
It's a video of how Teresa did it. Watch this. All right, here's the video.
Oh my goodness.
She took a picture of us, and then she started doing all this. It's a time lapse of how she did all this.
So cool. Yeah.
Isn't it cool?
Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
You can tell, like, she got mad skills.
Oh yeah.
Look at all that.
Oh my goodness, Teresa, this is amazing.
Yes.
I love the time lapse too. Like, I'm all about time lapses.
I know.
Oh, that's so satisfying. Thank you, Teresa.
She sent me this last night, and I couldn't wait to show it to you. And I said, I'm going to surprise Emily with this tomorrow.
Yay! I love that. Let's just keep doing episode 103 so we can keep using it every week.
It is. It's great. I love it. So thank you, Teresa, so much for that.
Yes, thank you.
So how was your week?
So I had my monthly visitor. Well, I still have my monthly visitor, my Shark Week, the wonderful thing that many women get once a month, that wonderful week of pure hell. But this month is a little different. So usually people hear me, I'm stressed out. It's usually a trigger for my eating. this month, I think talking about it so much gave Facebook this idea, man, she really needs something for her PMS. So Facebook was selling me these ads all last month for this vitamin called Flow. And here's the thing with me and Facebook ads and vitamins and supplements. Like, I'm on the supplement train, but a little bit. You can't really market something to me and be like, this one pill will solve all your problems. No, I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at the $30 for 30 days pack of pills and see what you're actually putting into it and go buy those vitamins cheaper. So from these Flow vitamins that are supposed to be really good for your period and stuff like that, it had a supplement, or I think a root powder called chasteberry. And it also has Dong Quai, I believe, is also in these Flow vitamins. So I was able to go on Amazon and find just a regular supplement of chasteberry and Dong Quai. And I looked it up. It's good for your endocrine system, and especially for women with PMS, with the mood swings, with the cramps, with all that stuff. It actually did make a difference. I've had not, a wonderful period, but a much better one. The people around me have had a little bit better of a time dealing with it. So that's been new and really nice. And also, I finished my mindfulness course. You know what I realized? I take courses instead of reading books. Books can't really hold my attention, but courses can.
That's something that is true. I have a bunch of audiobooks that I really don't listen to, but I'll run through a course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interactive because I think it's the quizzes too. Like, you can't get me to sit down to a virtual conference for some reason. If you tell me there's a virtual conference, I'm just like, oh my gosh, no, I can't. It's so hard to sit there.
And I learn by doing. I mean, if I watch somebody do something, then I'm like, okay, let me try it.
Yeah, yeah.
If someone tells me how to do something, or if I have to read how to do something, I don't really comprehend it. If someone tells me, hey, you do this, you do that, it's better. But if I can watch it.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in the University of YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube is a big thing. I'm on Udemy now. I bought a course with Udemy, and Udemy courses go on sale pretty cheaply. I mean, when you're on there are all these courses for $12, $15 that are on sale. And I would look at it and be like, that sounds really expensive. But you know what? I have no problem going to Barnes & Noble and buying a $20 book. Why don't I just buy a $20 course that I'll actually not read through the whole thing, but actually take the whole thing and enjoy, and it's interactive. And I can take a lot of the coursework while my kid is playing and I'm bored out of my mind. Like, I am so bored watching him play. I'm just like, yep.
Absolutely.
Play with more trains, buddy.
I got the same thing when I was buying apps. I was like, I'm not paying $1.99 for an app. Mm-hmm. And then someone says, how much do you spend for your cup of coffee in the morning? I went, like $2.50. And they're like, you do that every day.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I get your point. So then it made it easier for me to do that. Someone here, I can't see who it is. It says...
Oh, Veronica. Mm-hmm.
Veronica. I'm sorry, Veronica. Have you tried raspberry leaf tea?
Yes. So raspberry leaf tea, those came in supplement form as well. And I used those when I was pregnant, actually, with both of my kids. It actually helped me with contractions. And it helped with that. Sometimes it helps with cramps, but not really. Like, I was taking them for a while, but they weren't really doing much whether I was taking them or not. So I kind of stopped because I take a lot of not a lot, but I try them. I like to try supplements and sort of cycle through them. So right now, I've been doing ashwagandha. So we talked about that a few episodes ago. Ashwagandha! And I love ashwagandha. I take that every day. A lot of times I'll take a magnesium supplement. That's actually really good for relaxation. And now I'm taking this chasteberry one, which has absolutely made a difference. But the other thing is, like, going back to the courses, I took that mindfulness course, and now I'm also using this cycle specifically to really target on the mindfulness side and focusing on what I can do, what I can control, and also how I'm reacting to it as far as other people are concerned. Because I think that was my big thing with PMS. If I were a loner, if I were a hermit, I would let myself have all the PMS and run around and be angry for that whole week. But I have other people to concern myself with. So I can't just be this PMS monster that I really, it would just feel good to just walk around and be like, well, all my opinions must be heard and they must be heard by me. And then, like, other people have things that they want to talk about.
See,
So
I really respect that in you because I just launch into that stuff. I get myself in trouble all the time with that nonsense, where I make my comments known, the way I feel, what I think. Oh, yeah, that's how you feel? Well, let me tell you something. No one cares what I think. They're there to just shout into the wind, especially on social media. And they don't want to hear detractors. They want to hear from everybody that agrees with them.
yeah, people want an echo chamber.
Yeah, that's all that. Yeah, they don't want to hear anything else. I've learned that. You think I would maybe stop it, but unfortunately, no. I don't know. The mindfulness thing sounds really something that I should look into. And right before we came on here, we had somebody in the group post a question. Let me grab that real quick. Tanya said, does anybody have a trick to keep from binge eating when alone? And I know mindfulness is huge for that.
Yeah. Those were some of the exercises that when I worked with an eating coach, Harriet Morris, and I'll put her information in the show notes because she's wonderful. She worked with me to create these mindfulness games around eating. And I don't always use them, but it's interesting that even just doing that one little exercise with her that we did on the show when we had her on the show, and it was mindful eating where you take a bite and you're not just eating to eat. You take that bite and you put the rest of the food down and you really chew it. You observe all the different sensations, what it tastes like, what it feels like, how it tastes on different parts of your tongue. And you actually take that time to get very mindful about tasting it. And she set it up like a game, and she called it Food Critic, because you're basically acting like a food critic in your head.
Oh, yeah, because you have to describe it afterwards. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and it not only helps you eat slower, but the eating slower, it's funny, when you don't pay attention to eating, you can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat until you're stuffed and you don't realize it. But when you're paying attention when you're eating, your mind is absorbing the fact, oh yeah, I'm eating. I'm going to get tired of this in a while. That's why salads exhaust me. I have to pay so much attention when I'm eating a salad and it's so freaking crunchy that I just get bored eating it. I'm never full from a salad. I'm just bored eating it.
Yeah, I never pay attention to what I eat because there's a lot of times when I'll look, like, let's say I'll go to, I don't know, anywhere. I go to Taco Bell and I get 3 tacos. All right. And so then I'm eating them. And all of a sudden I go in the bag. I'm like, did I eat all 3 of them already? Like, did I drop one somewhere? Like, I eat them so fast, I don't even realize I ate 3. So then I count the wrappers. I'm like, damn, I ate 3. So yeah, I think that's a great idea to be able to slow down. One of the things I do is I try to trick myself. I'm always making a deal with myself. So especially with binge eating, like if I really want to eat and it's late at night, because that's when with 2 hours before I go to bed, anywhere in that 2 hour range, I'm really hungry and I want. So what I'll do is I'll say, if you're still hungry in an hour, we'll eat.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to do something like watch a video or get into something to distract myself. And because I'm still hungry. I know I'm hungry because I'm like, boy, maybe I could just eat an apple. Whenever I say, I'll eat an apple, I know I'm really hungry. But that doesn't matter because I'm trying to make it to the next day. So I have to put that off. So, and then the fact is you can't lie to yourself. That's the problem. You can't lie to yourself.
You can't lie to yourself, and you also can't deny things to yourself. I thought for many years if I just denied feelings and emotions existed, they would just go away. They would evaporate. Turns out they do a number on you when you stuff them down, and then they come out later and you're like, well, what is this? Where did this come from? This came from 10 years of repression, Emily.
Yeah, that's for me. When I get into this like binge eating thing, I just try to distract and just tell myself that I'll do it later. And one of the things about having a really bad short-term memory is I forget.
Yeah.
But like right now, I'm hungry. Like when I was sitting here, my stomach was growling and I was ready. I was like ready to eat. And I'm like, well, we have the show and then, I can do that afterwards. But yeah, it's interesting. And like I said, I still deal with binge eating a lot. But so I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, I think I don't think binge eating is something you get over. I really don't. I know we've talked about it on the show, and I know numerous scientists and doctors will say binge eating is not like alcoholism. It's not like that kind of addiction, but it has to be that same mental piece, at least, of just the need to numb yourself with food or to use food as a comfort. That was another thing with mindfulness, is knowing that food for me is a comfort. No matter how much I'll diet, I'll never get over the fact that to me, sometimes having a really good meal is just going to be the best I'm going to feel, is having a really good home-cooked, delicious meal. But sometimes I'll take shortcuts to try to get that feeling with like cheap crap, cheap candy, you know.
Oh, trust me, I know. Well, for me, it's from emptiness. So what starts my binge eating is emptiness. Like if I'm missing somebody or I had an argument with somebody and there's an emptiness in there. And then it's just trying to fill that emptiness. And that is, for me, that's exactly what triggers it 9 times out of 10. So if I can try to change that or switch that up or replace something or do something else to fix the emptiness. But my first go-to, because it's been this way my whole life, my first go-to is immediately grab something to eat and eat a pound of pasta. You can't even, you're so full, you feel nauseous, but you're still eating. That's hard. That's when you know you're really, really in the throes of it.
Yeah. Yeah. When I heard this actually when I was drinking a lot in my 20s, and I don't remember if I read this on the internet or somebody actually said it to me. Who knows? I might have been drunk at the time. But I did hear this question, is the answer at the bottom of a bottle? And I remember being like buzzed when I heard that, at least, and wanting to punch the person in the face to be like, fuck you.
How dare you?
How dare you? But knowing that I got so angry because they're absolutely right. What was I searching for in all those glasses of wine? What am I searching for when I'm eating pizza? You always think that the next slice is going to be the one that satisfies you, but then you finish it and you're like, well, I still feel empty. I might as well have another piece of pizza.
I could eat another piece. You know what? I could eat another piece. I get it. Now, what was what you said you were using? Again, the 2 supplements?
For PMS and all those wonderful women's things, I use chaseberry that has dong quai in it. I'll put a link for those supplements in the show notes if you'd like. And I also take ashwagandha, and I take a multivitamin because the multivitamin also has magnesium in it too. I ended up getting multivitamins so that when I take my vitamin, I can walk around the house with it and be like, anybody want a gummy? You guys want gummies? And I'm trying to get the kids to like, just eat the gummy. And my husband too. I wanted him. So I was like, look, it's men's. You don't have to worry about growing boobs if I buy women's multivitamins, which are the same thing, just like a little bit less of something.
Yeah, they have different things for women. Yeah, it's
yeah, I know. So, you know what? That's the other thing. As I was thinking, I'm like, I buy these men's vitamins. I should just buy the women's. So maybe that's good for mood too.
It could be. Again, I don't know. So what's this Buddha tea, CBD, turmeric, and ginger? Is that all one tea bag?
Yeah, it's all one tea. Jennifer was asking what brand of CBD tea I use, and that's the kind that I use. And it has turmeric. Turmeric is wonderful for inflammation, so I like having that. And ginger as well is good for inflammation.
Huh. Where do you find this?
That was online. I bought that.
Oh, you get it online?
Yeah.
Ooh. I would drink that tea.
Yeah.
I would check that tea out because that's right up my alley.
Yeah, turmeric and ginger are really good for inflammation. And when I was doing the diet Trim Healthy Mama, one of the things you could have, so with that diet, it was very low carb and you could eat every 3 hours. You were supposed to eat every 3 hours. You weren't supposed to skip meals, but during those 3 hours, it was basically like a little fast you would have in between meals. And so those 3 hours, you couldn't eat or drink anything, very much like intermittent fasting that had calories in it. So you could have black coffee, you could have black tea, you could have water. And you could also have this drink that they had you make, and they called it, oh, they had such fun names for everything. But this was actually ginger with some stevia mixed in and some water. I want to say there was an apple cider vinegar.
Oof.
You know what? With the ginger, like it was powdered ginger, but you could also use ginger oil. And with the stevia, it actually tasted like a very tart ginger ale. And it was really good. And it was really good for inflammation because of the ginger and the apple cider vinegar. That actually, when you look up apple cider vinegar and all the things it can do, it was like Pinterest happened 10 years ago, and all of a sudden we were finding all these wonderful things in our kitchens that could do everything. Like if coconut oil couldn't do it, apple cider vinegar could. So
I tried apple cider vinegar. I can't get used to the taste.
yeah.
And I think I did it to myself.
Did you just do a shot of it? Because that's
in a shot glass.
No.
In a shot glass with a chaser. It was horrible. God, it was terrible. I would take a shot glass and I would sit there and my mouth would start watering before I would take this thing. And I tried. I said, you'll get used to this. Just keep doing it until you get used. You'll acquire a taste for it. That would be a big no.
No, even with that Trim Healthy Mama drink, I started out with maybe a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and you work yourself up to 2 tablespoons. I had to start with a teaspoon and go very slowly. And then I finally developed a taste to it. And then you find out that the cheap apple cider vinegar, that's like $1 for the generic brand, that's not the right kind. You need the good stuff with the mother in it. You need the apple cider vinegar with the mother. And it's this big blob. And you needed that. And that it was so, the other one was a watered down version of the good stuff.
Yeah. No, I get it.
That's pretty much been my week. It hasn't been too monumental or anything. The mindfulness really did help. How was your week?
Well, when we left John, he had to go to the doctor's.
Yeah. And you posted in the group about that too. You were there.
Yeah, I had the mask on and I just took a picture in the waiting room like, hey, I'm here. And the group couldn't have been more supportive and it was amazing. And thank you so much for everybody. It made it so much easier. But again, I get in there and they just took a whole history and we went over everything and we talked about a lot of stuff. And I like my new doctor. He's a young guy and, he's like, okay, we're going to get you started with this. And he's like, why did you come here? And I said, because you're a mile from my house and I need a new doctor and you're on the part of the hospital that I go to. So all my records are there. So everybody knows everything. I hate that sending stuff back and forth. It never works. I came out of there. I was in there for like an hour and a half and they had people they had this chair set up. So you were 6 feet apart and there was hand sanitizer in there and everything. So I felt really good. And then when I came home and took a shower, took all my clothes off and threw them in the wash. Like everybody's like, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm like, I'm wearing a mask. And if I'm outside, I'm taking my clothes off and taking a shower.
Yeah.
I understand you guys aren't afraid of it, but you know what? These are the long shots I hit.
Yeah.
So anyhow, but my oldest daughter graduated from college. She graduated from college. So we're having a thing this Friday night and it's supposed to be outdoors. And we're having another kind of a flare up here in this area. So, and there's people there that I don't know. So I will be wearing a mask at my daughter's graduation party.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is going to be wearing one, but I'm going to be wearing one.
That's the safest you can be. You can control yourself.
What I control. That's it.
Yep. And that's it.
And just, stay back. That's, like I said, that's about as much as I can do.
If anyone would like to bring hoop skirts back into fashion, I'm all for it. That's always been my bubble. 6 feet has always been my bubble. The best party I went to was a COVID party where we were all 6 feet apart. We didn't have to hug. There was no small talk. Nobody got too close to me. I love socially distanced parties.
Oh, and then the food. So the food is individual things. Like in other words, you pick up a plate. So it's on little tiny plates. So you're not everybody grabbing the same spoon and touching the same spoon and everything. You're not digging in. You're not breathing over everything.
Yeah, we all brought our own food. So I just had a bag of food next to me. That's what I want at every social gathering. It's awkward when we don't have a pandemic, but in reality, that's always how I want my life to be. I want a bag of food next to me. I want my purse and a bag of food. That's perfect.
Yeah, I get it. And so we did that. And Saturday, I think it was Saturday or Friday, my daughter called me and the pool filter wasn't working. It wouldn't turn on. So I went over there with her and we troubleshot the electrical thing. And I was outside in that heat and that was brutal. So then when I came home, same thing, completely soaked with sweat, could barely, my knees were killing me from back and forth and everything. Yeah. And then, took a shower. So I got some exercise this week. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's good.
Which is it is kind of good. And then I started this thing where I'm going to a park and I park my truck a certain distance away from a bench. And then I go and I walk to the bench, and then I walk back, and I walk to the bench, and I walk back, and I walk to the bench. So I'm kind of trying to add more steps to everything. So
Nice.
small little things that I can do in the middle of the day. Although, and here's my other big problem. All this stuff takes time. Like now I'm doing more cooking. Oh, I have this new favorite breakfast. It's the Mexican pizza, Mexican egg and cheese pizza. It's basically what it is. It's 3 eggs. You put them in a pan, and then you put some cheese in there. After you put them in the pan, you scramble the eggs, you put them in the pan. You throw a little cheese in there, a little salsa. Then you take a tortilla. After a little while, you throw it right on top.
Nice.
Then you take and you flip it over, and then you put more cheese on top, a little bit more sauce, another tortilla on top. Then you flap it up, you toast both sides, and you take it out. And I make 2 of those, and that's my breakfast. You cut them into quarters, so it's like a little Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
And they're easy to make. They're not that hard. And I make them every morning. As a matter of fact, when we get done here, Mexican pizzas.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's really easy to do. And I'm trying to stop from going out to eat.
Yeah.
Because at least I can control that. But I mean, it is so easy. And now I got it where it's funny because I used to make it the size of the pan, and then it would be oversized the tortilla. But now I got the thing where I move it in, so it's just the size of the tortilla. And I've got the timing down and everything. So the more you cook, the better you get at it.
Yeah. My husband has perfected his 5 dishes. He only eats 5 things, but he has perfected it. If you ever have his grilled cheese, it's the best grilled cheese you'll ever have.
I always tell guys, like young guys, I say, listen, you got to get a dish that you can make for a woman. Like when you're dating.
For your partner, whoever.
When you're dating or something like that, you're gonna cook. So you have to have something that was really good. I had 3. It was because not everybody likes the same thing. So I used to make a crab Alfredo. Wow. All right, I was pretty good at that. And then I would make this peppers, onions, oil, garlic pasta dish that I could make with chicken or shrimp.
That sounds really good. I should make something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was easy, and I could, and it was really, really good. And I'm really good on the grill. So if it was a steak night, steak, baked potato, vegetables, grilled vegetables and stuff like that. So I would get the feel of, what do you want? What do you like? And it could be one of the 3. But I was good at all 3. So
nice.
And then they say, oh, look, you can cook. No, not really. I can't. But I'll make you think I can.
Oh my gosh. So when I was single in my 20s, I also wanted to have signature dishes or something, but I hated cooking even then. So really, the one time I cooked for a guy on a first date, I made spaghetti. So I used the box spaghetti. I used jarred sauce. I didn't know how to make spaghetti. And I just wore a short skirt. He was perfectly happy with that meal.
Sure he was. Listen. If it's a guy and she's cooking, you could serve a cat turd. He will eat it, especially if you're in a short skirt.
And I was like, look, I'm cooking. And I would accidentally drop the spoon so that it's I'm cooking you the worst, easiest meal for $2 because that's all 20-year-old me can afford.
Hey, how do you like your Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner?
I know. As long as I have a short skirt, it's perfectly fine.
Bow, chicka, brown cow.
I know. We got plenty of booze. Don't worry, everyone. We got plenty of booze. That was my other cooking trick is just get drunk enough and we'll order pizza. It's fine.
That works too. There's nothing wrong with ordering in.
Yeah.
All right. So that was basically my week. Why don't we get into big fun?
Let's get into big fun. All right. So we have a little musical big fun this week. I'm very excited.
Really?
So we're going to be talking about songs with food in the title. So I'm going to ask John questions. He's going to name, either the name or the song. I'll tell you in the questions what I need from you. But these are fun little trivia for you.
Let me stretch. Okay, I'm ready.
Stretched out. Okay. Let's start with an easy one. Don McLean wrote one of his all-time popular hits about the day the music died based on the plane crash that took the life of Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, and J.P. Richardson, also known as the Big Bopper.
Okay. You want to know American Pie?
Yes. Bonus fact, it is a myth that American Pie is the name of the plane that they crashed on. Did you ever hear that was the name of the plane that they all crashed on?
No, I did not. I was 0 days old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a myth. So don't learn that. Unlearn that.
All right.
But that's something that people like to say, like, oh, did you know the name of the plane was American Pie? It wasn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good one. All right. Most nutritionists would probably say that pouring a lot of sugar on your food is a bad idea. But which band proposed one should pour some sugar on them in the name of love?
Def Leppard.
Yes. I will tell you, my days of karaoke, we would hang out with the karaoke DJ and kind of sit with her and our other friend who did it. And we would see what people would write drunkenly and pass on these slips of paper to want to sing. And somebody on a slip of paper, this wasn't the first time either, just passes over that sugar song by Def Leppard, spelling out deaf as in a leopard who could not hear. And that's how she wrote it down. That sugar song by Def Leppard. And she was drunk, and she sang it as a drunk karaoke person would.
Right. In a short skirt.
Yeah, in a short skirt. She was fine. All right. This one-hit wonder by the Chordettes in the 50s was actually inspired when a songwriter was late for his writing session with his partner because he had to get this sugary confection out of his kid's hair. So one-hit wonder by the Chordettes in the 50s. It was inspired by a songwriter who had to get the name of that song, which is a sugary confection, out of his kid's hair.
Is it I gotta wash that man right out of my hair? No.
No, that's Rodgers and Hammerstein.
I don't know this one.
Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, lolly, lollipop, lollipop.
How about that? I never would have got that.
Yeah. I tried to give enough hints in there, but it was a little tough.
It's funny. I didn't know the Chordettes sang that.
It was a one-hit wonder, yeah.
Yeah, I was an oldies DJ, and I have Lollipop, Lollipop on 45 somewhere.
Oh, wow.
I have that. Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, they were a one-hit wonder. So the next one, this song with a sometimes spicy condiment in the title was written about a miser John Lennon read about in the newspaper who wouldn't spend any of his money.
So it's a Beatles song.
Mm-hmm. It has a condiment in the title. It's on Abbey Road, if that helps you out.
Why don't I know this? I'm going to kick myself because I don't know this, because I'm sure I know every Beatles song.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like it's a Beatles song that I never sing or get in my head, but I know the name of it. It is alliteration in the title, all M's. 3 M's are in the title.
I'm going to say I don't know it.
What's a condiment that begins with M?
Mayonnaise?
Pick another one. The other condiment that begins with M.
Mustard.
Yes.
I still don't know it.
Mean Mr. Mustard?
I don't know I got to go look that song up. I don't remember that song.
You do? Okay, so that's Mean Mr. Mustard.
How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one's hard. Jennifer says
I would have never got that one.
I know. I'm a music person, so like for me,
I thought I was too, but you stumped me twice now.
I'm going to stump you a few more times because now I'm getting...
now they're getting harder.
It's getting a little harder, yeah.
I'll have big fun for 800, please.
This instrumental song by Booker T and the MGs can be heard in a lot of movie trailers and is named after another name for scallions.
Onion something.
Green onions.
Green onions.
Do you know the song Green Onions by Booker T?
You
do. I promise
sure
you
know
do.
It. Right. I'm sure I know it.
Yeah.
I just probably didn't know it was called Green Onions.
Yeah, it's the one you hear in a lot of movie trailers. That's like dun 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 dun.
I want to bring it up right now. I want to bring it up, but I can't.
It's something that you got to like play.
Look, in the chat they're putting it in. Because I wasn't paying attention, but yes, so someone got green onions. How about that? Who got green onions?
Good job.
Annette, okay.
All right. So these are just fun lyrics to sing. Name the song.
All right.
Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away the shake-up. Why'd you leave the case upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. It's by System of a Down, and the name of it is a popular Chinese fast food takeout dish. Because I saw the look of like, what is she singing?
I almost said Eminem because it sounded like a rap, but now it's System of the Down.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I only know one System of the Down song.
Does it sound familiar? Probably not when I sing it.
Well, I mean,
wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away the shake-up. Why'd you leave the keys upon the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to. Okay, so it's
I know the song now, but I can't think of the name of it.
It is
You
called.
did an excellent. Go ahead.
I blew out my speakers, I think. It's called Chop Suey by System of a Down.
I was going to go Lo Mein.
Foo Young. I like that.
Foo
like
Young.
the chat room right now. Oh, that's so like invigorating to do. It's the best morning routine ever. And then you look at it and you're like, wake up. Hi. Are you going to sing System of a Down with us? My son is here.
He can sing it?
Can you sing System of a Down? Can you sing Wake Up?
Wake up.
There you go.
Grab a brush and put a little makeup. All right, so he's not going to do that. All right, last question. Can you go upstairs and see Daddy?
He's as big as you are.
He's huge. He's huge.
His head is as big as your head.
I know. All right, so last question. Lady Marmalade was originally performed by the group LaBelle in 1974 and was famously reprised in 2001 for the movie Moulin Rouge and covered by 4 female artists. Name 2.
Good Lord.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know Moulin Rouge, but it's not something I really pay attention to. I'm not a, what is it called when they make a movie and they sing through the whole thing? What is it called? Musical. Jesus. Here's my big fun. Oh my God, I'm going with the
Go with the chat room.
I'm going in the chat room. I'm going with Pink.
Yep.
And Christine Aguilera.
Yep. Christina
There you
Aguilera, Maya, Lil' Kim, and Pink. Man, Claire
Thank
is
you,
killing
chat.
it. Claire is giving me all 4 right now. Yep.
Thanks, Claire.
Yep.
Chat room now.
Yeah, I really should be, because I feel bad quizzing you every week. I love that the chat room gets involved, helps you out. We'll get through big fun together, everybody.
That's right. Sometimes it's big fun watching John with a blank stare on his face.
I feel so bad, and it's like so much fun for me.
I love
'cause
doing
I'm like,
this.
I know the answer. I know the answer.
That's fine. I have no problem with this.
Okay, I love this. This is actually like, this is my trivia bone, like getting its exercise again. I like it. My muscle, I suppose.
Is that it?
That's it. That's it for
Okay,
Big Fun this
well,
week.
there
Yay!
you go. Yay!
Everybody wins.
Big fun.
Big fun.
All right. So you know what that means. I think it's time for some Winning Wednesdays.
Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday. Winning Wednesday.
Them's the rule. If you don't go through Big Fun, you can't have any Winning Wednesday.
If you don't go through Big Fun, you can't have any Winning Wednesday. Now, what was that song from?
How can you have any Winning Wednesday without Big Fun? Oh my gosh.
When that song was actually, when it was a hit before you were born.
Yeah.
We used to, whenever we were at work, we would have a radio playing. So the song would come on. And whenever we get to, hey, teacher, leave those kids alone, the whole shop would scream it. And the boss would get furious and make us turn off the radio. But the whole shop, women, men,
Yeah.
everybody would stop and we'd be waiting for it. And all of a sudden it would get to that part and it would be, hey, teacher, leave those kids alone.
You know what's funny? I really have a soft spot for songs of the 60s and 70s and like just the messages that were out there, because my messages that we got to shout in the 90s were like, okay, REM's on the radio. We can't understand any of the lyrics, but we for sure are going to shout out Leonard Bernstein. That's what we got to shout out. It was just Leonard Bernstein during REM's. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And then I used to say, how could you have any pudding when you don't eat your meat? Yeah, we do that all the time. All right. Winning Wednesdays. Ingrid lost 1.4 pounds and got my A1C down from 8.6 to 7.9. That is amazing.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
The A1C thing is really important now to kind of get that down in this COVID area.
Can you go over A1C quickly?
Well, it has to do with your blood sugar. And I'm not 100% sure what it has to do with, but it's like the overall part of your A1C. And the reason I know this is big is because I edit the Diabetes Connections podcast. And also, the last time I had blood work done, when my A1C came back, they were like, I can't believe it's this low. Like, they look at me and they're like, I can't believe your A1C is this low. It's ridiculous. And then they said, okay, well, we still want you to lose. And then when I went back and had it done again, it was even lower. And they were like, yeah. So what you usually do is you have to not eat for, 24 hours or 12 hours. You can't eat after 12 o'clock, and then you have to go. It's called a fasting blood test. So they take that and they do your sugar. And usually my sugar's high, but I think that's because I had insulin resistance.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens next time, because I think this intermittent fasting thing is going to make it, I hope that brings it in under control too. So congratulations, Ingrid. That's great news. Keep it up.
Deborah is down 3 pounds this week.
That is also amazing. Now, I got to say, Claire, she's burst onto the scene.
I know.
Right? And so after 60 days of taking better care of myself, I have done 50 days of IF, lost 23 pounds.
Wow.
Got closer to touching my toes.
Yep.
Felt more in control of and way less guilty about what I eat. I found you guys at Hate to Wait, and I'm feeling a lot more hopeful about the future and being able to improve my health. Congratulations, Claire. It is amazing. You're one of our success stories for sure.
I know. She also posted a screenshot from the app she's using, completed 50 fasts. So she is up to 50.
What is the app? Can you see what the app is? I can't. I tried to look at it.
I can't see
I can't
what
get
it
into.
is.
Let's
so
see.
Claire, let us know what that app is. Claire is using the Zero app. I've heard great things about that too.
There you go.
Diana started doing yoga every morning before work instead of automatically scrolling on her phone for 30 minutes. Oh my goodness, that's a huge step.
I gotta say, I wish I could do that, because I really want to take
habit. I'm like telling people, I'm like, don't look at your phone when you wake up. It's the worst habit. It will bring you into like the worst mindset for the beginning of your day.
So I have the app I use, Podcast Addict, and it has a playlist. So it'll play one after another after another. I set up 8 hours worth of podcasts, and they're running all night while I'm sleeping, because there's so much noise and stuff around here that wakes me up that's kind of like white noise to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So every night, and now it's like vacation time. A lot of podcasts are taking off, and I was like, hey, I don't have enough podcasts to get through the night. So what I always do is I go back to grab a couple of old Joe Rogans that are 3 hours long, get 3 of them and throw them in there and just turn them on. So, yeah. All right. Veronica says, it was my anniversary week when I try on my wedding dress after 12 years. It still fits.
Woohoo!
It didn't fit so well a few years ago. So there you go. And happy anniversary, 12 years.
You know what? I have to tell you about a win that I've had for the past few months, and I keep forgetting to talk about it on the show. I am not wearing my wedding ring because it falls off all the time.
Can you get it resized?
I will eventually. That's not really on my to-do list right now to go to a jeweler to get it resized.
People come to me all the time and say, oh my God, I can't believe how good Emily looks. I go, why are you telling me? I know she looks good. You need to tell her.
I know, because I don't hear.
Yeah. Why are you telling me? What, am I blind?
Oh, that's funny. You know what? I feel like I don't necessarily take compliments very easily, too.
No,
So even when people
hard.
tell me, I don't know what to say, because I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you upset with me?
You know what I think you should do? I think you should put your hand on your hip, turn, look, and say, well, thank you.
I'll turn and look and say, wake up. Wake up, put a little makeup.
See, no, I don't think that. No, that's not how you accept a compliment.
I'm doing it wrong this whole time.
You're doing it wrong this whole time.
Oh, no wonder. Monica, gave myself grace to just maintain this week, as I knew it would be a busy, stressful one. That's one of the most important things you could do. Just celebrating that you got through a day or a week.
Yeah, just getting through the week. Stephanie hit 15 pounds lost since the lockdown, thanks to a good combination of changing eating habits, 6 days of low carb, and 1 cheat meal on the 6th day. Lots of parks walkings and heaps of meditation and anxiety that is going away, thank goodness, but did affect my appetite for a bit. Glad I am here and work on the healthy bits of this combo to keep it off and maybe keep losing more. So congratulations, Stephanie. Sorry, I don't read too good.
No, that's...
Sorry, Stephanie, I screwed that all up.
John, you have not seen my audiobook recordings. They are such a mess. They are, and I do it live. They're so like ridiculous sometimes, the stuff I mess up, and then critiquing my own writing most of the time, being like, oh my God, this was like 3:30 a.m. Emily writing. This is crap.
I've edited 3 audiobooks.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, and one show that I do, the host reads. She does a monologue show. Mm-hmm. And she'll send me an hour and 15-minute recording. And when I get done with it, it's 45 minutes.
Wow.
So it is hard.
Yeah.
And there's no way I would even want to do it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Oh, yeah. Tanya says, I didn't lose, but didn't gain. I have hit a stalling point, but it will get going again.
Yeah, I got to tell you, you're absolutely right. I mean, just staying in the stall, at least you're not gaining.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I get on the scale on Monday and I thought I had a good weekend and the scale hasn't moved. And I was like, fuck you, scale. What the hell?
I know, but at the same time, it's like, well, if it went up, I would have really been angry.
Yeah. But it's like, that should have done better. That's why, in a way, that's why I stopped getting on the scale on Monday. Mm-hmm. But then I would get on the scale on Thursday and say, shit. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, well, maybe if I knew by Monday, I could do something different. But again, I got to say that it's all those stupid things you do, like stop eating and, not drinking water and losing weight, by not drinking water. And it's all just, it's smoke and mirrors. It's not really the truth.
Yeah.
So congratulations. No, I think that's great.
Yeah. There was a while with this show in particular that when I would get on the scale on Mondays or something, I would do the same thing. I would do stupid dieting because I knew I would have to weigh in for the show. And even on Thursday mornings, sometimes I wouldn't even drink water until I got on the scale. And I was like, that's so stupid because this isn't really what I weigh. This is just what I weigh when I'm paying attention to not feeding myself. That's terrible.
I get it. Did I get here? I don't know if I gave it. Yeah,
let's give her another doo-doo.
I can't remember. Gina says, 3 nights in a row, I didn't snack after dinner. I loaded up on masses of vegetables at dinner, so I felt full.
And Dave says, after gaining 3 pounds on the 4th, I lost them all and back to the starting line. Damn you, chocolate pie.
Oh, that is absolutely right. Damn you, chocolate pie.
We didn't even talk about that. We had the 4th of July this past weekend. I definitely overindulged, for sure.
I didn't even have a hot dog. 4th of July meant nothing to me. I didn't have a hot dog or anything. I didn't have potato salad. That's probably the first time that I can ever remember that I didn't have potato salad on 4th of July because there's nobody having a barbecue. So there was nowhere to go. I ain't making that shit. So that's true.
That's so funny. Oh, it sounded like a sad Dr. Seuss book for a while of just like, there was no hot dogs, there was no potato salad, no roast beef, and
no macaroni salad, no deviled eggs.
But then you come in like ruining the whole Dr. Seuss thing of just like, and I didn't give a shit. I like it.
Yeah, I ain't making that shit.
I ain't making that shit.
There used to be a restaurant that we used to go to back in the day, and they used to have this chocolate cream pie, and it was just like light and fluffy and just really piled high. And the girls, when I would order it, the waitresses, they would take and dribble. They would never do this to any other customer. They did it for me because it was me. And I have these beautiful blue eyes. And back then I had game. And the waitresses would drizzle like a little chocolate syrup all over it and put some whipped cream. And I called it better than sex pie. It was amazing. And then I would get a couple of, it's maybe be your partner. And I said, you know what, ladies? Easy, easy. Just kidding. That never happened. So we got to give David to do. Is it me again?
Yeah. It's that time again.
No, okay. I talk after yours, and then I think I read it. Teresa says, I resisted throwing the scale into the pool this morning.
I like it.
I do like it. That is a winning Wednesday.
And Brenda says 1.5 hours of water aerobics this AM. That's so great.
I got to tell you, I am really thinking about trying to get back into the pool again. The pool that I belong to isn't open.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. But the X has, remember I told you, the X has a pool.
Uh-huh.
So I might go over there and just jump in and try, do some like water aerobics and stuff like that. The problem is there's not steps in there. So it's kind of hard, when you try to get out of there. It's kind of like a SeaWorld show where they just jump up and try to get their legs over.
We had a built-in pool at my grandparents' house, and for some reason, like the ladders were just really annoying to get in every summer. So I learned how to just, pull yourself out of the pool a lot. And there was one summer when we didn't open it for a really long time. I think the liner was broken, so we didn't have the pool that year. So a bunch of frogs decided to make this pool their little pond.
Oh.
And I was a teenager and I was bored, so I wanted to play with them. So I get the pond skewer or the pool skimmer, pick up a frog, and it's huge. It's huge, like bullfrogs.
Yeah, some of them are big.
And I pick it up and I'm pulling it near me, and then it jumps and it scares the crap out of me. And I jumped so much and I'm on the edge of the pool. I actually fell into the pool, jumped up, didn't land on the pool edge. I landed, slid down the liner into this giant pond of frogs and just, oh my gosh. And the thing is, the pool wasn't even filled up all the way. So pulling yourself
How'd you get out?
It was awful. I had to swim over to the shallow end so that I could get out of the pool. Oh my gosh. It was.
And after opening a bunch of pools and getting the covers off, that smell.
Oh, yeah. It was terrible. It was the worst. And I walk inside, and my dad looks at me and he's like, what the hell were you doing? And I'm like, I fell in the pool. He's like, go get in the shower. Gross. Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, I would have said, get outside. I'm going to hose you down so you can get into the house. I wouldn't even let you in the house until you hose down.
I know. I think oh, God. Oh, that was
horrible, horrible. Well, look at that. It only took us an hour. We got through all our winning Wednesdays.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what that means.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time for the weigh-in.
All right.
All righty.
So I am up a pound. As I mentioned, it is Shark Week. Absolutely expected. There has been lots of chocolate going on, lots of ice cream. We've gotten Skinny Cow ice cream sandwiches, which are delicious. And it's a Maria Bamford joke. I'm going to put 2 Skinny Cows together and make a fat cow sandwich.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. I was like, oh yeah, I like that joke. I'm going to do that with my Skinny Cows.
I am flat this week.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm still up from, yes, but I'm still up from last week. And that's what I said. When I got on the scale this week, I feel Teresa when she says she wanted to throw the scale into the pool. I wanted to throw it right through the window. So I was like, come on, I've been better than this, I think. But I think adding the exercise too. Big things are coming up in the next couple of weeks.
All right.
So anyhow, all righty. Well, boy, I think, Emily, we've said it all. We've done it all. We've had big fun. We've told stories.
Our therapy session has now come to an end.
It has come to an end. Yes. So, and thank you for listening. If you're still here, thank you for hanging in. Everybody in the Facebook group, thank you. We still have a bunch of people in the Facebook group, and that's phenomenal. Just go to hate2weight.com/Facebook and join up. It's easy to do. We'd love to have you. We have a lot of fun, a lot of support. We don't care what you're doing. You don't have to do intermittent fasting. You can do Weight Watchers. You can do whatever diet you're doing.
You can be listening to us while you're eating. Totally fine. We don't judge.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we don't even judge if you're binge eating. We don't judge. We understand.
We want you to be healthy, though. We want our listeners to be healthy listeners. So.
Right. We're here for you.
Yeah.
All right, Emily. Once again, thank you so much. You are the sunshine of my week. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, John.
You are welcome. Bye, everyone.
Later, waiters.